And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Eastern Conference champion, Boston Celtics. At center from Clifton J. Olsen High School, number 43, Kendrick Perkins. At guard from Kentucky, number 9, Rajon Rondo. At guard from Connecticut, number 20, Ray Allen. At forward from Farragut Academy High School, number 5, Kevin Garnett. And at the other forward from Kansas, number 34, Paul Pierce. The head coach for the Celtics, Doc Rivers. And now, on your feet, time to greet the starting lineup for your Western Conference champions, your Los Angeles Lakers. At forward, 6'7" from St. John's, number 37, Ron Artest. At forward, 7 feet from Spain, number 16, Pau Gasol. At center, 7 feet from St. Joseph's High School, number 17, Andrew Bynum. At guard, 6'1" from Arkansas Little Rock, number 2, Derek Fisher. And the other guard, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, number 24, Kobe Bryant. The head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 6 is coming up.
And so it continues. You've lived your life for this one moment. A chance to march into the pantheon of greatness, where a legacy of champions awaits.
capacity crowd cramming into the Staples Center as these fans hope to avoid the unthinkable, losing the championship on their home floor to the hated Celtics. As Kobe Bryant and the Lakers facing elimination tonight, they try to keep alive their hopes of back-to-back championships by forcing a Game 7. While the Celtics attempt to clinch yet another title at the expense of their greatest rival. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Along with Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Mike Breen on hand, Doris Burke with us as well. This latest chapter of this compelling rivalry could end tonight. Celtics win, they get the championship. But the Lakers are back home, and they are a much different team on their home floor. Of course, Kobe Bryant is the one that's going to lead them, Jeff. How he leads them has been the subject of much debate for a long time now. What's the key for Kobe Bryant to win tonight for the Lakers?
Well, through 5 games of the finals, Kobe Bryant has hands down been the MVP. And despite an amazingly efficient Game 5 performance, his critics, particularly in the media, insist that his trust with his teammates is an issue. Trust me, he has an appropriate amount of trust for his teammates, and the criticism he takes is unjust and unwarranted for a body of work that can truly only be marked by greatness.
And his greatness has faced a very difficult defense during these finals. You know, Mark, we live in an era where we're enamored with numbers and stats. But for the Boston Celtics, their calling card remains just good, solid team defense.
Well, Mike, some things just don't change. The Celtics won the championship in 2008 because of their defense, and if they happen to win it this year, it'll be because of the same exact reason. Getting it done on a defensive end. Take a look at paying attention to detail. Bryant putting the ball on the floor. Looks like he has a seam. You see 3 white jerseys in position, and the other 2 protecting the paint area in position to stop the penetration and then get back to your own man. Defense doesn't end until we come up with the possession. Outstanding job. Here, Pau Gasol, the best big man in basketball, offensively, force him away from the rim, give the help an opportunity to come quickly. Looks like he has something open. All of a sudden, you come up with the block. The Lakers look like world beaters on the offensive end. The first 3 rounds, they face the Celtics. It's a different story.
Well, the Celtics need to clinch on the road, where they've been terrific all season long. And this presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
We can play them on the moon. We can play them anyway. If we play how we play, it doesn't matter where we play. All right? So it's all about the how.
You don't have to strike early. You can wait in this clock and move the ball and push the ball down, organize your offense and move the ball, and trust yourselves. Share the basketball. It'll all work out.
When you start playing the right way, you play clutter-free and you play free because you trust. Every time someone helps, you know your guy's going to be there. When you trust, you play free. When you play free, you can't be beat. It's not about the where, it's about the how.
And they won the last 2 games to take this 3-2 lead in these NBA Finals. As we remind you, Spanish language version of today's game presented by ESPN Deportes. Use the SAP button on your television. We're set for Game 6. And they're going to have to re-jump. Didn't let it get to the highest point. As our officials for tonight, Joe DeRosa officiated Game 1. Kenny Mara and Monty McCutcheon both Game 2. We'll try it again. And the Lakers in unfamiliar territory, trailing a series for the first time in these 2010 playoffs. But they are back home, where they have been just a terrific home team. Not just this year, but in recent years. Kobe Bryant's first shot won't go. Perkins the rebound. Rondo ahead to Garnett. Garnett, nice move inside, and just like that, a quick bucket from the Celtics.
If you're Doc Rivers, that's exactly what you want to see. If you're Phil Jackson, what you don't want to see.
But that pass by Rondo in transition was so much sounder and simpler than Game 5.
Bryant gets inside. Good aggressive move to the basket to tie the score. We talk about the great home court play of the Lakers. The Celtics, a superb road team. Second best in the regular season behind Dallas. 6-4 in the postseason. Very impressive road record in the playoffs. Rondo gets a nice soft touch. So an assist and a bucket for Rajon Rondo. Here's why you play the regular season, for home court advantage. Phil Jackson giving that message to his team. They won 57 games during the regular season. That's why games 6 and 7 are here at the Staples Center. Bynum flips it up and gets it to go. That's a nice sign. Bynum in game 5 played almost 32 minutes. Only had 1 rebound. Played the minutes, but wasn't his active self.
You know, Mike, but you make a great point, because if you are a team in this league, your job is to protect home court as Ray Allen knocks down the jump shot. So if you're the Lakers and Phil Jackson, no need to panic. Just come back home and take care of your business.
9-1 in the playoffs. The only home loss was game 2 against these Celtics in the finals. Fisher trying to draw a foul, and he does the job. Fisher gets knocked down. Not only just this year, but the last several years, they've been 29-4 at home in the last 3 years in the playoffs. Boston beat them once in 2008. Houston and Denver beat them last year, and the Celtics in game 2 of this series. So Fisher's saying, I want to go to the line. I was shooting. Kenny Marrow here, none of that. He'll take it out. Ray Allen on Kobe Bryant. Artest spots up. Artest shooting struggles continue, but Bynum, the offensive rebound, goes back up. Does not get the roll. Gasol can't finish it. Ball knocked out of bounds. Celtic ball, but a good sign for the Lakers. Bynum already very active in the early going. That's when he says that tearing his knee gives him the most problems, until he gets it up and going a little bit. A little stiff. He's had it drained a couple of times. So important for the Lakers' success.
That's why if you're the Celtics big, you want to make sure you run the floor against Gasol and Bynum. Take advantage of your speed.
Good hawking defense for the Lakers. Rondo puts up a 3. Way off. 8 straight.
Talk about a skilled big man. Bryant threw the ball in the middle of the fast break to Pau Gasol.
Chance of defense is Rondo. Again, on the switch. Shoots over Gasol. Perkins had it, lost it, but he got hit. That's going to be the 3rd team foul, as Perkins is still down and shaken up on the play. He must have taken a hard hit. That's one of the toughest guys in the NBA. As head athletic trainer Eddie Lacerte goes out to check on him. Bynum picks up the foul. And you see his arms come down on Perkins. Perkins doesn't have great leaping ability, but just so strong, gets good position.
You know, Mike, it actually looked like he's favoring that right knee as he grabbed it on the way down.
Well, Perkins stays down. We'll take a quick break. Lakers up by 6.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by the 2010 Lincoln NKS. Lincoln, reach higher. New York Life, the company you keep. And The Other Guys, starring Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. In theaters August 6th. Not yet rated.
Back in Los Angeles, 5.5 to play in the first. Celtics down by 6, but they're more concerned right now with their center, Kendrick Perkins, who had to be helped off the floor after injuring himself, getting that offensive rebound coming down. And again, here's the play, and Mark, you said it. It looked like as he comes down, landed awkwardly on that right knee. So he had to be helped off the floor. You say Perkins, a guy who averages about 6 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. Not enormous numbers, but he has an enormous impact on this team, both for his defense and just his toughness out there, and that would be a huge loss. Hopefully he'll be able to come back. It's heartbreaking when you see a player get to this stage, work so hard to get on the final stage, and they're working on him now as Rasheed Wallace checks in.
Well, and their big men do it by committee, so each and every one of them is very important to their overall success.
Rasheed Wallace looking. Brown on Allen. Brown, a good tall athletic body on Ray Allen. Kicks it back up top. Garnett left wide open. Garnett coming alive, as you mentioned, last couple of games.
And truth be told, they become a better offensive team because now you have to defend Rasheed Wallace and his ability to knock down the jump shot.
And it's important that Rasheed Wallace keep his composure because Perkins' injury looks bad as Bryant takes another three.
11 points in 7 minutes. He's 5 of 6 from the field.
But Rasheed Wallace is one technical away from being suspended for Game 7, so he's got to make sure he plays hard and smart.
Not just in yelling at the refs, but also getting entangled in one of those double technicals. Nice pass inside to Garnett. Good adjustment, and gets it to go. Allen and Garnett working the two and game beautifully.
Hey, Coach, I got a question, because you see all the people talking about Bryant and not trusting his teammates. When a guy is this hot, the same way that he was last ball game, what do they want him to do?
You know, this is a guy who can only win if he wins, because some people, as our test takes a very difficult shot, he can only win if he wins, because some media critics in particular just don't want to give this guy the credit that he is due as one of the all-time greats and all-time big winners.
Pierce jump shot. This is Rondo battling for the rebound, but gets a couple of threes, and the Lakers up by 10.
And again, Pau Gasol making the extra pass.
Rondo gets inside, wild shot won't go. Bryant tips it to Brown. Here come the Lakers. Brown has it stripped on our test. Seems to be everywhere in the early going. Rondo now on Bryant. Shot clock down to 5. Tough fall away. And Pierce on the rebound. Ball Pierce, the floater. And good soft touch from Pierce, who's coming off that 27-point game. After his team fell behind 2-1 in the series, back-to-back strong games for Pierce, who's back home. Los Angeles native who grew up a huge Laker fan, trying to beat the Lakers and win a championship here in his hometown. Gasol doubled and gets hit. And we'll have a timeout. Kobe Bryant, a superb start.
Well, that's just great pull-up basketball, very good balance, and then got a garbage basket after his shot was blocked, and then centered the ball to Pau Gasol. Gasol, Phil Jackson calls him the best middleman on the break on the Lakers. Lakers off to a great start, up 8.
Back in Los Angeles with just under 2 minutes remaining. Here are the first. Lakers lead the Celtics 26-18. Let's listen into some huddles.
Everything we're doing is too slow, all right? Let's pick our pace up, okay? And we got to make the extra pass on offense, all of them. Hey, guys, we're going to do it together, right? All right? We just need to trust each other.
Defensively, don't chase the ball. Get back.
Well, Bryant off to a great start. Ron Artest, just as important as Kobe Bryant getting some help. His teammates struggling, especially in Game 5 offensively. But Ron Artest has 8 points to add to Bryant's total. Glenn Davis is coming in for the first time. Now for the Celtics, Lamar Odom coming in. That would be the next thing the Lakers would love to see, is get Lamar Odom on track. He has really struggled in these finals after a great conference finals against Phoenix.
And the thing I don't think our Lamar Odom is concentrating enough on as Allen deflects the pass to Bryant is his rebounding. This guy should be a premier double-figure rebounding player if he's getting 30-plus minutes a game.
We get word that Kendrick Perkins is having x-rays done right now. As soon as we get any information on the injury, we'll pass it along. Bryant spinning up and under. Can't finish. Wallace rips down the rebound. Nate Robinson getting his first minutes. The Celtic bench has played a huge role in these finals. Whether it's big minutes or limited minutes, they've done their job. Nice ball fake from Pierce. Pass deflected by Bryant. He is first-team All-NBA defense as well.
A position to make his move.
Chased by Artest. He goes hard to the basket. Can't finish. Davis kept it alive, but Bryant comes out of the pack. Game 5, their lowest point total of the playoffs, where they only scored 86 points, shot just 39%. They got a different team here. Wallace does a good job backing off, pulls the chair out from under Gasol.
Too many times the guys are not running the floor in transition for Boston. Now this is the last shot of the quarter opportunity, but you've got to consistently run the floor.
Lakers do not have a foul to give here in the final seconds. Crowd getting on its feet. Nate Robinson lost the handle, tried to get it back, and that ends the first quarter. A terrific one for the Los Angeles Lakers. 11 for Bryant, 8 for Artest. They shoot 60% from the field. I don't know if this means anything, but the team that has led after the first quarter of these finals have won all 5 games. First quarter complete. Kendrick Perkins back getting x-rays. And the Lakers lead the Celtics by 10.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Doc Rivers. I know you've talked an awful lot about Kobe and his scoring streaks. What can you live with defensively?
Well, not that. I can tell you that because it was Kobe, Artest, Gasol. They got every 50-50 ball. Offensively, we're not sharing at all. So we have to play better basketball than we did in the first quarter.
Doc, thank you. Mike?
Only so much you can do in guarding Kobe Bryant, Doris. As Lakers going right to Bryant. He's aggressive early, Mark.
Well, ideally, coaching against Bryant, you want to make him a volume scorer. So he's going to get his, but make him shoot a lot in order to get him. This is too easy for Bryant. Able to knock down shots, put the ball on the floor, take advantage of mismatches because you don't get back, not paying attention to detail. And when Bryant has it going this way early, you're in for a long night.
Overall for the series, he's averaging just over 30 a game. Have the Celtics done a pretty decent job against him, Jeff?
Oh, very good. There's only so much you can do with some of the shots he has made. Now, some of tonight are too easy. But in Game 5, some of those shots were just all-world shots that were also well defended.
The defense from Odom, shot clock winding down. Allen kicks it out. Wallace puts up the 3. Can't get it to go with Odom the rebound.
I like what the Lakers did defensively that trip. Switch to pick and roll, so Vujacic on Glenn Davis at the top of the key. You can live with that. Lamar forcing Ray Allen away.
Vujacic just in the game, knocks down a 2-pointer. So Vujacic, Farmar, and Odom, 3 of the bench players on the floor now, as the lead's up to a dozen. Ray Allen, that's a 2. And Allen's found the mark from the perimeter. 4 of 6 from the field.
Hey, but Boston's formula is simple. Defend and rebound. They're not doing either so far, and you've got to give the Lakers credit.
Crushed on the boards right now, 13-5. And we've talked throughout the series, the team that's won the rebounding numbers has won all 5 games. Farmar, the runner. Bynum tried to tip it, knocked out of bounds by Davis. So many X factors. Davis has been one for the Celtics. Odom always one for the Lakers. Odom, quick catch and shoot. An active Lamar Odom. Ray Allen right now, the only starter in the game. Terrible pass from Robinson. Kind of a tough decision whether to shoot or pass that one. Odom finds Bynum as the trailer, and he got fouled. That's going to be 2 on Rasheed Wallace, and it's before the shot. So they'll take it out of bounds. And of course, if the Lakers win tonight, Game 7 will be Thursday night back here at the Staples Center on ABC. Tip-off shortly after 9 Eastern. And the busy NBA summer continues. June 24th, the NBA Draft on ESPN. And this crowd fired up from the start. They're not always the most raucous crowd, but they were, Mark, as you mentioned earlier. Odom inside, can't finish. Time on the rebound. Back up, blocked by Davis. Odom keeps it alive, and Nate Robinson comes down with it. And a foul call on Vujacic.
Like you talk about the crowd, and I think the reason why is because there was a sense of urgency. All of a sudden, their backs are against the wall, and they're trying to cheer their team on early and often.
Lakers haven't lost 2 straight home games during the playoffs since 2000 when Portland beat them 2 in a row. Glenn Davis, Bynum contest that shot. Bynum much more active here in Game 6. And a reversal in terms of the shooting from last game. Alley-oop to Bryant. Bryant felt it should have been a foul as Davis and Allen converged on him.
See the overplay, the right play by Kobe Bryant trying to go back door, but great job by Glenn Davis coming over and helping.
Nate Robinson and Glenn Davis a big part of that Game 4 victory. And the Boston bench won it in the 4th quarter. Shot clock down to 5. Wallace can't get it to go. Laker defense has been excellent here in the opening half. Odom on the drive. Goes at Wallace, blocked for a foul. Wallace is upset. He's got to be careful as he picks up his 3rd. As Jeff mentioned, he has 6 technicals in the playoffs, 1 more, and he'd be suspended for the next game, which would be a Game 7 if they have it.
You see Lamar Odom puts the ball on the floor in attack mode and certainly got the left arm of Odom as he was going in for the layup. There's no question about that. Did get the basketball, but there was contact. But you like this Lamar Odom the way he's playing. Active on the defensive end and pick and rolls, rebounding the basketball, and not just standing around offensively, using his skills.
And the negative is that Wallace is in foul trouble. The positive to me for the Celtics is Garnett back in the game earlier than he normally comes back in. I'm not sure they can win on the road here in Game 6 or 7, him playing 34, 35 minutes. I think he's going to have to give a 40, 42-minute throwback performance.
Odom knocks it down. The Lakers by 14. Rondo back in with the 2 Allens, Garnett, and Big Baby. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Nice pass inside to Ray Allen. Rajon Rondo picking up his 3rd assist. Rondo had that terrific finish in Game 2. Ray Allen started it, Rondo finished. The Lakers' only home loss of these playoffs. Allen gives up on Farmar. Inside to Odom. Odom flips up a shot. Bryant nearly tips it in, gets the rebound, back up. Doesn't get the bounce, back for the rebound, Davis. Ray Allen off to a good start. Rondo tried to jam it in there. Bad pass. Ball hook loose. Farmar dives on it, throws it ahead to Bryant. Bryant to the basket. And he's fouled. Kobe Bryant will shoot 2. Terrific hustle by the Lakers. They're an energetic team here in the first half of Game 6 as they face elimination.
We gave Rondo love when he made this type of play. Well, how about Jordan Farmer? Willing to sacrifice his body, keeping the play alive. Outstanding hustle from Farmer.
Magic got middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good! 2 seconds left. The Lakers take the lead on Magic Johnson's running sky hook.
Kobe in deep gives to Shaq. Shaq is hammered, scores, foul. Listen to this crowd. The Lakers have the lead.
He gets it out deep and Havlicek steals it. Over the stand shore. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over.
Back over to Worthy and it's picked off. Goes to Evans and he lays it off and in. It's all tied up. And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. Lays it in. Right up 1 second left. What a play by Bird.
The greatest rivalry in the history of the NBA, including 2 Hall of Fame broadcasters. The statue outside the Staples Center the late Chick Hearn. Chick Hearn and Johnny Most as much a part of the history of these franchises as any player. You ask any fan who've been a long time Laker or Celtic fans, and their voices meant so much, so many growing up with the great calls of two Hall of Famers.
I have to say this. Did you see the transition defense by Mark Jackson on the Shaq highlight? You talk about waving the white flag. He wasn't getting in front of the big daddy.
Are you serious? My main assignment on that transition was stopping the ball, which was Bryant. I did my job.
Oh, what a great teammate. Pointing the finger, throwing Austin Crocier and an unnamed other teammate under the bus.
It is now 13. Just over 4 minutes gone by here in the second. Here's Barnett. Rondo and Allen in. Barnett short. Good defense from Gasol.
But Garnett got fouled. He got walked up under by Gasol on his jump hook attempt.
Just trying to sell that to Joe DeRosa right now, Jeff. They call a foul on Big Baby. That's his first. Kobe Bryant gets his first rest.
And not only that, but he leaves the floor and tells Ron Artest, continue to do what we're doing.
See, that's good defense by Gasol because if you don't jump, you can walk under. Not legally, but it's rarely called. But Garnett has a legitimate beef with that non-call.
Gasol wants the ball. Huge height advantage on Davis. Farmar on the drive. Nice move inside. Jordan Farmar. He's going to spark off the bench. 15-point lead.
If you're a guy coming in off the bench, there's no place like home for a big ball game. You see the difference in the benches.
And the bench has been superb for Los Angeles. They've outscored the Celtic bench 13-0. Pierce answers right back.
And that's what he did
in Game 5 when Kobe Bryant was going off on that brilliant 19-point stretch in the third quarter. He had a couple of big baskets. Pierce answered them back. And Phil Jackson will call a time. But he's got to be thrilled with the way his team has come out to fight here in Game 6.
Great defense turning into spectacular offense. Jordan Farmar throws it down. The Taft High School product. Let him know.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And Jonah Hex. On June 18th, Revenge Gets Ugly. Jonah Hex. In theaters everywhere Friday, June 18th.
Game 6 from Los Angeles. Lakers with an 18-point lead. What a difference from their loss in Game 5 in Boston. They had a playoff low, 86 points, shot just under 40% from the field. So much better here tonight in Game 6. Meanwhile, let's check in with Doris Burke.
Mike, I remain back here near the Celtics locker room. After injuring his knee in the first period, Kendrick Perkins remains back here. He has undergone an x-ray to that injured right knee, but there is no change in status. We do not know yet whether he will return. One of the toughest guys in the Celtics uniform. When he went down and stayed down, you knew that was not good for the Boston Celtics. But again, an x-ray has been done. There is no change in his status. We do not know yet whether he is available for the second half, Mike.
Had to be helped off as Doc Rivers will have to go to his bench with the likes of Glenn Davis and Rasheed Wallace. But Wallace picked up 3 quick fouls, so he's on the bench right now. And Josh Powell is coming in. Both guys going to their benches early. And for Josh Powell, this is his first appearance of the NBA Finals. He's only played 32 total minutes in the entire playoffs. Artest steps back, hits a 2 on Artest. 10 points here in the first half for Artest, who hasn't been able to hit anything over the last couple of games. Pierce gets it inside. Rondo, fancy move, but he couldn't finish. Bryant, Artest steps back, a 3. See Ron Artest in his zone. If he get that one,
it's safe to say it. He's in his zone on both ends because he's playing stellar defense against Pierce.
Barnett misses. Davis couldn't hold on to the rebound. And Celtics ball.
I mean, you got to give Artest credit. Looked awful the last ball game, over dribbling in this situation, but he's staying aggressive. He's not waiting for Kobe Bryant to make a play and find him. He puts the ball on the floor and knocks down another jumper.
But let me just say, we are waiting on the result to see if that's a good shot. That's a horrible shot. Because, like you said, as Sheldon Williams misses the dunk, he's over-dribbling. If he had missed that shot, people would have said that's an awful shot.
Bryant the other way, drives on Pierce, goes to the basket, backs it in, tough drive. And this right now is the largest lead of the finals by either team. A 22-point cushion right now for the Lakers. And the crowd on its feet chanting defense, and the defense has been superb. Shot clock down to 1. Garnett just gets it off in time. And Bryant upset, says it was his fault.
The reason why is because he went for the gamble instead of staying in front of Garnett. Paid the price for the gamble. Gave Garnett a wide open look.
Fisher back in. He picked up 2 quick fouls. Nice rip past Artest. Powell left open. And Garnett the rebound. Called. Lakers not in the penalty.
Bryant's nearly unstoppable in semi-transition. Here crossed over, very good defense by Paul Pierce, but that little extra hang and the ability to make tough shots is what bailed him out.
And you give the referees credit, because that looked like it could have been called a foul, but it wasn't a foul. Great job of not fouling by Pierce and a tough shot by Bryant.
Gasol on Garnett. Fisher looking to help. Back out Allen. One dribble. Allen handed his face. Can't get it to fall. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Reminder, amazing is being here. Season tickets for 2010-2011 on sale now. Go to nba.com/tickets. Reserve your seats. The NBA, where amazing happens. This rivalry has been amazing over the years. This is the 12th time the Celtics and the Lakers have met in the championship round. Celtics have won 9 of the first 11.
Like people say, why is Josh Powell in the ballgame? And you're Phil Jackson, you're trying to make sure that if it's a game 7, I'm not going to throw him in for the first time. So if I can steal some minutes and give him some rhythm, I'm going to do it while I'm blowing him out.
And a jump ball, Garnett on top of Fisher. Fisher a little shaken up, so they'll have a jump ball. Fisher, of course, won a jump ball against the bigger opponent last time.
And it was KG that he won the jump ball against.
Eric Fisher, so many big games. You look at Fisher and Kobe Bryant. They both played 14 years in the NBA. 7 of those 14 years, they've been to the NBA Finals. Half their career finishes in the championship round, both looking for their 5th championship ring. And Doc Rivers will call a 20-second timeout before the jump ball. We'll take a quick break. 2:17 left in the second. It's been all Lakers. Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by MetLife. For a unique perspective on your financial security, visit MetLife.com today. 2:17 remaining until halftime. Lakers by 20. 2:17 remaining until the T-Mobile halftime report. Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, Michael Wilbon, and John Barry. They'll analyze the first half, and then you'll get an NBA Finals all-access pass. Some good stuff coming up with the guys as they're ready to go at halftime. Fisher and Garnett. McCutcheon making sure his foot doesn't go over the line. Garnett wins that one. Allen, quick catch, release, three-pointer short. Allen finally broke his streak with a couple of threes early. He's got 13 points to lead the Celtics, but they are getting pummeled here in the first half. Bryant. And ball stripped, knocked out of bounds. Good help defense. Good double team.
Well, one thing we haven't talked about is a team like the Celtics watching their anchor defensively and Kendrick Perkins go down. That can take the life out of him. It takes some time to regroup.
Very popular player with his teammates.
What's the low score in a half in NBA Finals?
We'll get our man Dave Freed on it. There's the ball. Another held ball, so they'll jump it up with 1:32 remaining.
I mean, that's a makeable shot. And they've had some makeable shots, but this is a great defensive response by the Lakers.
Now, I like what Lamar Odom did on that play. Realizing he was defended by Rondo, says forget about the triangle offense. I'm going to put him on my back, and I'm going to be aggressive.
Trying to get position. Guys getting a little stubborn.
I think they call that play to Jeff Van Gundy.
I think Kobe Bryant just said to Pierce, come on, stop it now. Now, Pierce has the right behind there, as does Gasol have the right to have that first spot where he is. Lakers win the tip. Excuse me, Celtics, as Rondo has it. Garnett. Walton is in the game. Pass inside Williams. And Williams is fouled. Derek Fisher upset, but that's going to be Derek Fisher's third foul. Fisher's only been able to play 9 minutes here in his first half because of foul trouble. 29 points for the Celtics with 1:18 remaining. They're shooting just 34% from the field. Answer to your question, Jeff, lowest points and a half in a finals game, 23. Back in '98, Utah had just 23 points against the Chicago Bulls.
With Stockton, Malone, and Hornacek?
Yep.
Wow.
Hard to believe.
They were going up against a great defense, though.
You can't make any excuses for scoring 23 points. Come on.
That's great defense. So Scottie Pippen was the best perimeter help defender that I've ever seen.
23 points, man.
I hear you.
Walking on Pierce. Pierce trying to draw the foul. Again, they converge on him. Odom wrestles it away. You heard Doc Rivers say it. All the 50-50 balls. Vujicic, a knuckleball.
See how many yellow jerseys are around when there's penetration by the Celtics. That's getting it done defensively, collectively.
And then they're first to the floor tonight. Lamar Odom was right on top of that. He stopped him, and then he got the loose ball and ignited the transition opportunity.
Paul Pierce hits the jumper. Pierce 4 of 8 from the field, 49-31.
These are the situations where Bryant loves to get a quality shot for a 2-for-1 situation.
Gasol lifts it up. He rushed it. He thought he got hit. Rondo ahead to Sheldon Williams. And Williams throws it off of Luke Walton. Still Boston ball.
And, you know, if you're Pau Gasol, don't look for a foul. Passive move. You've got to make a big-time aggressive move, and then the referees will call a foul. That's not a foul. That's just a bad play offensively.
Pierce spots up for three. Can't get it to go. Williams couldn't corral the rebound. Kobe Bryant here in his first half. Not only the game
in his shooting pocket, and you look at this shot chart, and it tells the tale of Kobe Bryant living in the paint. 6 of his 12 shots right at the basket area.
And Bryant leading the way scoring-wise, but he had his help. And our Windows 7 winning combination is about his teammates and just the overall effort of the team.
Well, what you don't want to do as a head coach in this league is force to coach energy, effort, and passion. That's the difference with the Lakers. You're talking about all-out hustle. Jordan Farmer hits the deck. Loose ball keeps it alive for Bryant. How about extra effort plays? Again, Derek Fisher selling out his body. Hustle play again. Jump ball with Fisher and Garnett because of the energy effort. And how about this one? Pau Gasol at half court as the ball is in the corner. Does not give up on the play. Sprints to the paint area, and look what I found. Lays it in because of his energy, his passion, and that will get you a Game 7.
Let's send it over to Doris Burke.
Mike, Doc Rivers telling me that Kendrick Perkins, after injuring that right knee in the first period, is definitively out for the rest of the day. They will reevaluate him. Here is the injury that he suffered in the first quarter to that right knee. They will reevaluate him for a Game 7. As it relates to strategic adjustments, he simply said, LA played harder. They seem to out-rebound us at a pace that we simply cannot win if they dominate the glass that way. Their ability to score the basketball prohibited them from getting into the running game. I don't think there was a thing he was pleased about, guys.
Rightfully so, Doris. And you saw in that replay Perkins pointing to his knee right away. Again, it just breaks your heart. He's one of our favorite players because of how hard he plays all the time. Doesn't worry about stats, just wants to win. And you hope that the injury is not that severe, where he'll be able to at least play in a Game 7 if that's necessary. Pierce falls, gets back up. Rondo struggling with his dribble. And a foul on Fisher. Fisher can't believe it. That's 4 fouls in 9 minutes.
Like, very, very interesting as we take a look at what the Celtics have done all night long. Really, Ray Allen started off on fire, but nobody has carried them on the offensive end. These three guys, the rest of the team, 1 for 14 from the field. Interestingly enough, Doc Rivers decides to go with Glenn Davis starting this half. We talk about the size of Gasol and Bynum. They ought to love that matchup.
Just the exact opposite a lot of the numbers from Game 5. Ray Allen can't get it to go. Davis trying to keep it alive. Nearly does. Remember, the Celtics shot 56% from the field in Game 5. And here tonight, 33%. We said at the top, Lakers are a much different team as Brian throws the foul. They're just a different team here at the Staples Center. Phil Jackson, that's what he said after the Game 5 loss. One of the ways they kept it positive for them in the locker room. Hey, we're going home. That's where we're at our best. All we need to do is just win one game, and then we'll get a Game 7 again on our home floor. Artest tried to jam it in there. Ball deflected. Now, Laker fans are certainly aware of comebacks. Nice pass inside. Davis misses the layup. Back out Allen. Here's everybody remembers Game 4 of the 2008 Finals, when the Celtics were down 24 in the first half, down 20 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Came back and won Game 4 of that Finals. Went up 3-1 and clinched it in Boston. So if there's any kind of run by the Celtics, certainly a lot of the fans will be thinking of those days. Lakers have continually said, though, they're a different team than 08. Tonight is their chance to prove it. Gasol off the mark, Pierce the rebound.
Bad offense by the Lakers. Guys standing around right now as opposed to moving the basketball and having man movement.
Still Boston ball. When you're a coach, Jeff, and you're down huge numbers like that at halftime, what's the message that you give them as they're coming out here to start the third?
Well, I think what you're trying to do is chip away as Lamar Odom comes in early for Bynum. Chip away, try to work it down to a manageable number by the start of the fourth. 10, 11, 9, somewhere in there where you have a legitimate chance at winning the game.
Mark at the other end, for a team you're up a huge number, the tendency so often is to relax as Rondo can't hit. Maybe a rebound on the foul, but you'd hope nobody be relaxing in our finals game.
What you realize is there are times when you have a big lead and guys all of a sudden get out of character and trying to do something they're not capable of doing, or just thinking it's time to freestyle. No, it's time to continue to execute and prepare for what will work when it matters most.
That foul on Gasol is first. Kevin Garnett now gets it. Double team. Tough shot from Garnett. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
But I like Glenn Davis's effort on the board. They got pounded, as you see Andrew Bynum go back into the locker room.
Well, right now we have Kobe Bryant and Glenn Davis talking to each other, challenging one another. If you're Glenn Davis, you better be careful.
I'd go at Shannon Brown if I was Glenn Davis.
Bryant on the double team. Bryant had that hot start. Artest inside to Gasol. Gasol turn, good double team from Pierce. And the Celtics force a turnover. Ray Allen goes right at Shannon Brown, misses the layup. That's 3 missed layups by the Celtics already here in the third quarter. It's been nearly 3 minutes. Lakers still without a point here in the third. Odom aims down. Good solid game for Odom, 8 points and 6 rebounds.
Coach, you talked about it time and time again. This is when they're extremely tough to beat, when Lamar Odom is playing with confidence and aggression.
Garnett inside. Oh, tough shot. Rondo. He does that against the trees. Terrific angle.
And I think Odom is so versatile that sometimes he's too in tune with trying to always be a playmaker. This guy.
Big time skill move. Rondo gets hit. Can't get it to fall. And now he'll go to the line as Kobe Bryant picks up his first foul. Kobe Bryant getting a lot of help tonight, Mark Jackson.
Al Gasol taking him to school on the block. You don't help, you allow me to play one-on-one. Skilled with the left hand. And how about Shannon Brown in the Lakers bench? This is called my goodness. Great job of finishing and having an impact on the ball game.
Arrow coverage tonight, courtesy of MetLife. To learn how MetLife can help you prepare for tomorrow, visit MetLife.com. As we welcome you back to Los Angeles, there's a good chance there'll be a Game 7 because right now here in Game 6, Lakers in complete control up 19 with 2:03 remaining. If there is that Game 7, we'll have it for you back on ABC. On Thursday night, tip-off shortly after 9 Eastern. And the NBA Draft just around the corner as well on June 24th. On ESPN. And the Lakers bouncing back again. We've said it over and over again. This team, they're a different team at home. And they were beaten badly, those 2 losses in Boston, but they've responded the way we thought they might.
And they've gotten good balance tonight, but it's not because they're sharing the ball better. Their defense is better. Their rebounding is better, so they've had more transition opportunities.
Oh, you talked about it, Coach. It's amazing what happens when you play with force and with passion. Good things happen, and as a result, the Lakers are finding themselves running away with this game.
Rondo to the line. And that has been the real struggle for Rondo. This is yet another free throw. And for Rondo, here in these NBA Finals from the free throw line, he's now 4 for 16.
I have never seen this. Ron Artest is on the inside position. Pau Gasol's in the 3rd position.
And Davis gets the rebound. Not easy to get the rebound off a free throw miss for the opponent. A big baby between those two.
But I tell you what, I'm disappointed in Pau Gasol in that situation because I don't know what the dialogue was, but it can happen. If I'm a 7-footer, get out my way and get in the 3rd slot.
Farmar misses. Good defense from Wallace. Ray Allen brings it up. Vujicic made a nice play on him to knock it away after he secured the rebound. Vujicic can be such a pest defensively. Made us up to Rondo. Rondo again, given the open jumper, about a foot short. Rebound Allen. Rondo this time, the floater. That won't go. Rondo now 5 of 15 from the field. And he's slow to get up down the other end. It's a 5-on-4. Vujicic. Bang! Lead is back to 22, largest of the night. And the Celtics call timeout as Rondo's shaken up. (73-51) with 1:07 left in the third. He took a shot. Let's watch the play on the drive. Ron Artest with the hand up, whacked him right in the face.
That was a good play by Lamar Odom. Didn't stop, pushed the ball up the floor, and wound up with a high percentage shot. Not allowing Rondo to get up and come back and play defense. They played offense 5-on-4.
As we said earlier, this now equals the largest lead of the series of these finals by either team. The Lakers by 22. Doc Rivers' team so good on the road all season long, and again here in the playoffs. Struggling here tonight at Staples Center.
And I think when the Celtics look at this film from an offensive standpoint, Rajon Rondo is going to have to score big in Game 7 because they are disregarding him more and more in the half court. He has open jumpers, he has driving lanes, and this guy's capable of having a big offensive game.
So Nate Robinson is checked in. And Artest reaches in, call for the foul. Well, we talked about Game 4, the terrific performance from the Celtics bench, the Lakers bench tonight. Not only the numbers, but the energy, which was the same thing for Boston's bench in Game 4.
But you know, I want to get back to what Coach just talked about. And Phil Jackson is doing the right thing. He's betting that Rondo is not going to win a 7-game series. So can he score big numbers? Absolutely. But we know for a fact that Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett can't. They're allowing Rondo to take jumpers.
Pierce that time chucks up a three-pointer.
Celtics just 3 of 14 from downtown. Final minute, third.
Why else it's easier to play? When you're up 20, it's easier to play well. This is why the Celtics have to try to keep it close to see if these same guys who are making tonight will make when it's tight and tough in a Game 7.
Ryan leads it up the other way. Odom's got a nice field going right now. That won't go down. Rondo the rebound. Rondo just hasn't been sharp tonight. He's had just an unbelievable stretch run here in these 2010 playoffs. Nobody on the Celtics sharp. And a foul called outside as Nate Robinson is tripped up. They'll take a timeout. Now Gasol, part of the excellent teamwork from these Lakers.
And you know what he says after the rebound, right? Pow! Punches it on Nate Robinson and crew.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by GMC. Watch GMC and Dude Perfect engineer shots you've never seen at gmc.com/pickupgames. And Grown Ups in theaters June 25th. Rated PG-13.
Welcome, everybody. We're here to talk about Grown Ups, our new movie, which is a coming-of-age movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, a lot of NBA players we watched.
We watched them grow up.
Kobe, exactly. I remember when Kobe couldn't beat out Eddie Jones for a spot.
And then that summer, he said to himself, I think I'm going to dominate next year.
Kevin Garnett, right from high school.
He was 6'2" when he first started in the NBA, right?
He can take it up to another level that like nobody else can.
I'm happy he got a big ring on his finger. He deserved that.
And Garnett and then Kobe Bryant both going from high school to the pros. In fact, we've got 4 of the 10 starters went right from high school to the NBA. In these NBA Finals, Garnett really reopened the door. It had been 20 years since somebody had made the jump. And because he handled it so well, Robinson way off, both on the court as a good player and his maturity off the court, it really opened the doors for a lot of other players to give it a try.
Here's my question watching that promo. Did Adam Sandler know that they were going to shoot that day? This guy had on green, blue, orange, tan, black, and white. Are you kidding me?
A turnover there by the Lakers. Tony Allen goes the other way, goes up and under, misses another layup. Robinson misses a layup, and Allen finally gets it to go. They missed about 5 layups here in this third quarter, and several of them early in the third when they were just trying to get back into it. And it really hurt. Barmore kicks it out. Odom left open. Tony Allen again on the charge. This is another one. Crowds relaxed a little bit, tired from all the cheering after his team went up by as many as 27. Shot clock down to 8. Bryant misses. Sheldon Williams has it. Robinson fires away. And Kobe Bryant with his 9th rebound of the game, going along with 20 points. Rebounding numbers 45-31. It just seems like it's a bigger margin than that. Lakers wisely taking time off the clock on the possessions. Farmar to the basket. Can't get it to go. Wallace the rebound. Ray Allen the drive. Gets inside, gets it to go. Allen, one of the few Celtics who shot well. 18 points. Trying to wake themselves up. Lakers have been up by double figures since the opening minute of the second quarter, and a technical foul called on Kobe Bryant. Off the steal by Allen. Bryant called for the technical.
And Bryant upset, felt like he was being grabbed, which he was, by Tony Allen. Picks up the technical foul, and Ray Allen going to the line to shoot it.
Well, I think he said one of those naughty words. So Ray Allen will shoot the technical. Celtics have only taken 7 free throws.
Mike, they only took, I think, 13 in the last game. So they're going to have to be offensively efficient. You have to get free throw attempts at the basket. You just do. It's hard enough to score 2-point shot, 2-point shot, because they're not going to get a lot of wide open threes either.
6.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A surprising blowout. 21-point lead.
And I think this is interesting. Doc Rivers putting in Paul Pierce again, down 21, and playing him with Tony Allen. Because a couple years ago, Tony Allen actually, with Rondo out, played as a starting point guard. I could see them going back to Allen instead of Nate Robinson on the road in Game 7. And he's trying to get that unit some minutes together to see what might work.
Foul called on Ray Allen. We'll have a timeout. Just at the midway point here in the fourth quarter. Lakers on the verge of tying the finals at 3 games apiece.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Our national championship returns to Pebble Beach. First and second round coverage of the U.S. Open on ESPN and ESPN3.com. Thursday and Friday at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern. Then Friday, the 2010 FIFA World Cup continues at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. United States facing Slovenia. As World Cup soccer continues, Rajon Rondo now on the bench. His team down 21 with 6:05. Phil Jackson said at the start, curtailing his activity was crucial.
And they've done it even more tonight by totally disregarding him when he has the ball. Here, 17 feet away, which allows Bryant to be in position to rebound it. And then on a switch, Lamar Odom not even trying to contest the free throw line jump shot. Then on the air ball, he gets another chance, not guarded and hit with a vicious elbow by Artest. And then again, Rasheed Wallace in the post, Jordan Farmar roaming around, playing free safety off him. I really think going into Game 7, they have to get Rondo in transition more. The only way to do that is to defend, rebound, and get him in the open court like they did in Game 2.
Rebounding has been a problem tonight. Fisher dribbles it off his leg. They'll get it back. You know, we just saw that golf and World Cup promo together. How about this for an idea? You know those vuvuzelas at the World Cup? How about have them for the golf tournaments? You're allowed to bring them to the golf tournaments.
All I know is when I watch the World Cup, that's annoying. I don't know what it is, like if it's some tradition or whatever, but it's annoying.
Wallace. That won't go.
I mean, that'd be like those thunder sticks being constantly played in an NBA arena all game.
But they say those things can actually cause permanent hearing loss. Kobe Bryant gets in. Bryant with 22 points, 10 rebounds. And the Lakers have mauled the Celtics here tonight with 5.5 remaining here in the fourth. Allen. Wallace puts up a three. Wallace 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 6 from downtown.
Coach, you made a great point a couple minutes ago about Tony Allen playing the point guard position with Rondo out. Doc Rivers trusting him in Game 7. You see on the floor before Big Baby comes into the ball game, he has Wallace, Pierce, Garnett, Allen, and also Tony Allen. So you can tell he's trying to establish a rhythm with that group.
And I liked Rasheed Wallace's shots tonight. And you made the point earlier that they're a harder team to guard when he's on the floor. A good play by Tony Allen right there.
Excellent block, and then the foul call. The second time, Allen gives a look at Kobe Bryant. He gets up, a little shove with Lamar Odom. The initial defense was excellent. I don't know if that's a foul on Tony Allen. Doc Rivers certainly doesn't think so. Allen walks all the way down the other end of the court.
Tony Allen is one of, if not the best on-ball defender, he's in the top 5 of wingmen in this league. That was terrific individual defense right there.
In the league, huh?
From the wing position, yeah, there's not 5 better on-ball defenders.
He's done a very good job. Even Kobe Bryant has complimented his defense. He's a lead back up now to 25. Under 5 minutes remaining. Allen can't finish. He thought he was hit. And Odom with another rebound. His 10th of the game. First double-figure rebound of the finals for Odom. This is that. Gasol tips it out. Artest able to track it down. You're allowed to go back and get it on the tip. Gasol inside. Bryant. And Garnett tripped up. That'll be the 14th foul as Luke Walton's going to come in. Well, Doc Rivers will have to rally his team and get him ready for Game 7. He was on that Knicks team back in '94. Now, he was hurt and didn't play in the playoffs, but he was a member of the Knicks team that was up 3-2 in the '94 finals, heading to Houston. And then the Rockets won Game 6 and 7 at the old Summit in Houston. Meanwhile, Marquise Daniels makes a rare appearance. He hasn't played much, especially since that concussion in the conference finals. Paul Pierce is done for the night.
Certainly good to see Marquise Daniels on the floor.
An ovation for Odom, 8 points and 10 rebounds. And part of that excellent held the Celtics to 33% shooting. Remember, this came after a game where they shot 56%. All bench players out on the floor for the Celtics as Daniels hits a three-pointer. A rare three-pointer that goes in. They're 4 of 20 tonight.
And Mike, that's why if I'm Phil Jackson,
a total domination tonight here in Game 6. Sheldon Williams having his troubles and then fouls Fisher. We mentioned the 26 for Bryant, but he had plenty of help tonight in a number of different ways. Odom again, just the 8 points, but he had 10 rebounds. The bench was just terrific. Their energy, their defense. You see the plus 16 for the Laker bench. And Gasol just 1 assist shy of a triple-double. 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 block shots. Bryant's going to get a huge ovation here. was ornery after the Game 5 loss, as you would expect. There was talk that he gave a very positive speech to the team in the locker room after the game. Now, when he met with the media, he was not happy, rightfully so. Tried to tell his team to come back. We've got 2 home games as Nate Robinson hits the 3. And now it's going to be just 1 home game left. Game 7 here at the Staples Center. And as we said at the top, it's why the regular season has such importance. The Lakers will get the Game 7 on their home floor. Walton comes up short. Davis the rebound.
How great is that going to be? 1 game for all the marbles.
Especially with these 2 teams, Mark. For the 5th time in the history of this rivalry, the Celtics and Lakers will play a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. All Lakers tonight here in Game 6. Artest spots up, hits a 3. On Artest. Over the head to Farmar. Farmar inside. Oh, what a finish. Shot it down. Wow. A different Laker team here in Game 6. In Los Angeles, the Laker fans, a big sigh of relief as they are going to force a Game 7. We'll have it for you on ABC Thursday night. Tip-off shortly after 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers do what they had to do. Get 1 win and get another game. It's going to be only the 3rd time in the last 21 years the NBA Finals have gone to a Game 7. We mentioned 94 Knicks Rockets. The other one was 2005 Spurs and Pistons. Bulls all those years only won championships, never had a Game 7. Always wrapped it up in 6. As Daniels gets inside, DJ Benga gets in and quickly commits a foul. We're going to have another game in these finals where the rebounding winner wins. So it's the team that's won the rebounding battle, 6-0. And Jeff, we mentioned this earlier, the team that won the first quarter is 6-0. You've always been a big proponent of how important the first quarter is. We get so caught up in crunch time, but sets the tone often.
First quarter league, and like you said, how you start is oftentimes how you finish. And when you're playing with a cushion, as there's an anti-Boston chant, I love saying that. Oftentimes, you know, it's how you finish, and you establish that cushion and the demeanor of the game, and they did right off the bat tonight with not only aggressive rebounding, but they were aggressive at both ends, taking the ball to the basket and then preventing the Celtics from getting to the basket.
And you see the rebounding numbers, again, so important. Pat Riley, what is his line always about rebounding?
No rebounds, no rings.
Why did he have, you knew it. Why did he have to beg you to say it? About rebounds? I mean, you just knew right away.
I like the way he says it. He says it with such conviction.
And it's so true, though. You know, sometimes we always talk about, you know, this offense or that defense. Sometimes the game is decided when the ball's in the air. Do you want to go get it, whether it's in the air or on the floor, or are you going to spectate and watch?
Under 2 minutes remaining. Now the Celtics are a team that have bounced back to form from bad losses in these playoffs. Remember, in the conference semifinals, they lost at home by 29 to Cleveland. It was the worst home playoff loss in franchise history. Put them down 2-1 in the series. They came back and obviously beat the Cavs. Then in the next round against Orlando, they got whacked by 21 in Game 5 and came back and won to wrap up the series in 6 games. So they have bounced back after poor performances throughout this postseason.
Right, and as much as everybody's going to talk about, you know, the Lakers offense, they're scored 89 points. This was about defense and rebound domination tonight.
Right from the start. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers will go to 10-1 now at home in the playoffs. Again, the only home loss in this postseason was Game 2 here in the finals. As they bounce back after those 2 straight losses in Boston, and Laker fans delighting in every second of it. Well, I guess this is their version of the beat LA chant. A little shot clock malfunction, so they'll inbound.
It'll be interesting to see in the Game 7. As a coach, you don't have to cry out. You don't have to give any big-time speeches. You don't even have to tell them what's going to win. Each team understands what it's going to take, who is going to go out and execute.
DJ Benga, the rebound, and the final minute. So it's all going to come down to just one game. The NBA's two most successful franchises, the NBA's last two NBA champions, will treat us to a Game 7 on Thursday night. Ball batted around, picked up by Robinson.
And think about going into that game if you're Doc Rivers, having to start a new starting lineup. Quite possibly with Kendrick Perkins being out.
Perkins, if you're tuning in late, sprained his knee in the first quarter. It looks serious. Did not return. Whether or not he's able to play on Thursday will be determined, obviously, in the next 48 hours. And a Laker fan, a tough night to sleep for the Celtics as Pau Gasol and the Lakers, a great defensive effort. In fact, the second lowest point total in the NBA Finals as the Celtics lose 89-67. Kobe Bryant, superb once again. He's victorious.
Kobe, for 2 days you have been beating the defensive drum. Tonight you hold the Celtics to an NBA Finals low 67 points. What about your defense made them so uncomfortable?
Well, we did a great job. You know, we blew too many assignments in Boston, gave them a lot of layups, and just too many points in the paint.
You have not won back-to-back games in this series to this point. It will take that in Game 7. What has to happen?
Well, we have to come with the same energy, same dedication to the defensive end, and obviously cleaning up the glass.
Kobe, thank you very much. Mike.
All right, Doris. He's now one win away from his 5th NBA championship. But so are the Boston Celtics. And Game 7 will be back here at the Staples Center. We'll have it on ABC. Tip-off shortly after 9. Kobe Bryant, the Lakers come home and once again put on a show. An impressive, dominant performance from start to finish, led by double figures most of the way as they pound the Lakers and tie the series at 3 games apiece.